Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Fariza Abidova, CEO and co-founder of Trusted Cooperation. In this session we will discuss about investment and collaboration opportunities with industry leaders like SONY, Bosch and BMW. And before we go into the panel discussion, we will start with the introduction of panelists, and then we will introduce our companies and our activities, what we are working on. And after that, we will go into the panel discussion. We will deep dive the questions that you are interested. And then we will have question and answer time, then opportunities for networking. Okay, so let's start with the introduction of panelists. Ingo, please introduce yourself briefly.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fariza. My name is Ingo Ramesohl. I'm Managing Director of Bosch Ventures since almost 10 years. I have an engineering background and worked since 25 years in Bosch in different technical positions around the world.
Thank you. Tazuke-san, please.
Thanks, Fariza. I'm Cheko Tazuke from SONY Innovation Fund. I'm an investment director. I have joined the SONY Innovation Fund in 2022, and I have been looking at the deep tech and health tech startups around the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Inga, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation as well. So Inga Grieger, my name, and I'm responsible for business development reasons and managing director in our Munich office for BMW Ventures. So we are Silicon Valley based and Munich based. And I came across the automotive industry, so I started early days at the automotive designer and came through supplier side to the BMW Group, and I've been in several positions at the BMW Group before I joined BMW Ventures almost 3 years ago.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have amazing panelists coming from all over the world, and I'm super excited to have this discussion. I'll start with our company introduction, Trusted Corporation. We work with mainly companies in the automotive industries, and also we are working with companies both from Japan and Europe on the clean energy topics. Hydrogen, for example, is one of the projects that we are working on with involving multiple industries. And also we work on the sustainable smart city related projects with Japanese developers involving European startup ecosystem. Our business is more like venture building. Basically, together with our client, we design the business model that can create profitable businesses around sustainability and carbon neutrality. And once we build the concept, then involving the ecosystem members like government, other large companies and startups, we validate the potential of the business. And once our clients see it can be good potential business and profitable in the long run, then they can invest further, build a dedicated team, and do joint venture M&A. So we join from really early phase, and we check the potential of 0 to 1 and 1 to 10 of the business. Our headquarters is in Tokyo. Maybe you know about CIC. It's in Toranomon Business Tower. We have office there. And also we have office in Switzerland. So our base is Switzerland and Japan. This is our team. Some members of our team is also in the audience. Feel free to network later. Basically, we work with Japan and Europe ecosystem closely. Together with our client, we become one team, and our clients bring the expertise, technologies, resources from the company. We bring resources from outside, including like technologies and people, also like talent that we need to involve in the project. And once we design the project in Japan, we bring it to Europe, and we build and test ideas involving European startup ecosystem. These are the details. I will skip. So we are very active on Japanese media as well, and also on LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with us if you would like to start a new business or innovation projects involving Japan and Europe. Thanks so much for your attention. Thank you. Okay, I will pass to Ingo. Please introduce your company and your activities, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So a quick introduction of Bosch Ventures. So Bosch Ventures is a 100% daughter company of Bosch. We are the corporate VC activity within the Bosch group. And you can see us, if you are a startup or an investor, you can see us basically as an institutional venture company, which is supporting startups around the world. A quick overview of what we are doing. So we have organized our venture activities into virtual funds. Most of these funds are financed out of the balance sheet from Bosch. We are currently working in our Fund 5. Fund 5 has a volume of 250 million euro. And additionally to that, we have established an organization in China called Boyan, where we also raise external money. So Bosch is an LP, but we also do it externally. Our regional footprint is Europe, North America, Israel and China today. Certainly we have a lot of Bosch activities in Japan, and we are keen to do more innovation and cooperation in Japan. Currently we have not done investments in Japan so far. Our focus is technology. So 99% of our investments you would categorize in deep tech investments. Deep tech is always relevant to Bosch, and Bosch is a relatively large and broad company, so we are looking into automotive, we are looking into industrial applications, building technology, as well as consumer with our white goods and power tools organization, and we are also having some look into Bosch healthcare support. We are usually having minority share investments, 10%, always smaller than 25%, and our sweet spot are Series A investments around the world. We are doing some seed investments, sometimes also later stage investments. You can see here the history of Bosch Ventures, the different funds which add up over the years. We were established in 2007, and since then our fund size grew a little bit, and also our regional presence grew a little bit. Our last offices we opened was at the East Coast in Boston 2 years ago. One of the key activities which are very relevant for Bosch is the so-called Open Bosch. You see that established in 2018, where we in a structural manner support startup companies which can end up in continuous business cooperation with Bosch. And this is the Open Bosch logo. I have to admit we copied it a little bit from BMW. So BMW has started this even earlier than we did. We work on the venture client model, and this venture client model is now rolled out in our entire global organization and also in Japan, and in all divisions and in all regions at the same time. And we have meanwhile hundreds of active projects running, and a lot of early stage adaptations in technologies. We are running out of time. Just the model is very simple. Venture client means we organize a standardized proof of concept process. We are managing this, and it's very easy for startups to get access to the relevant business units in Bosch. Without Open Bosch, it's relatively difficult to find the right person. With Open Bosch, it's very simple. Yeah, we guide you we guide the program, and we have very quick result. So you don't have to work for years before you know what we are doing. These are the phases, very standardized. Usually the Open Bosch program shouldn't take longer than 3 to 4 months. Yeah, and most recently with many Gen AI activities, it's even shortening. The shortest POC is a week, which we have done in the last months. So some success cases and examples. I know we have many, many more. We have hundreds meanwhile. These ones were published, therefore I'm allowed to show this. We will not show every cooperation. These are published. One example was from 2023, award winner Sun Mobility. It's an Indian company which is doing an electrical mobility swappable battery platform. Another example would be from China, for example. It's Grieger Logistic. They are supporting our logistic activities in China by a better digital transparency. And another example from 21 is Rossum. Rossum is a startup which supported our digital processes by automating the invoice process using AI. And all this saved a lot of money, and as I said, we have hundreds more. I don't want to go into details. And we are very happy that this works and is scaling. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
You have.
Thank you. Tazuke-san, please
Yes.
introduce your fund.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce our corporate venture capital of SONY Group. This is called SONY Innovation Fund. We started these activities to support the growth of Sony's future business through the startup investment. And we started the investment in 2016, and we have invested in lots of companies since then. So we started the investment from our balance sheet in 2016, and we have invested in many startups across the world. And we have gained experience, and we successfully raised the first GPLP structured fund, Innovation Growth Fund, in 2019. And we have invited external LPs, like the Japanese financial institutions and corporations. And again, we have raised another GPLP structured funds in 2022. And so we have running these kind of fundings and start investment. And in addition to that, we have set up the theme-focused funds. The one is the environment, and the other is the Africa. So overall, the total value of asset under management is over 650 oku yen, or 65 billion yen. What sets us apart is our team is very global. So we have local people in Europe, Israel, India, Japan, and the US. And every individual is working together with the local startup ecosystem as a capitalist. Then we have screened over 24,000 companies, and we have interviewed over 8,000 companies, and we have been investing 170 companies so far. So we have diverse focus areas ranging from the health tech, fintech, and insurtech, entertainment, to the deep tech, agri and food tech, and IoT and SaaS industries. And we also explore the AI and the environment and the other sectors as well. So we are actively working on promoting the collaborations of portfolios and the SONY Group. 40% of our SONY Innovation Fund portfolios have the specific collaboration with the SONY Group. So you can see some of the names of the startups on the right side of the screen. And thank you very much. And I'd like to hear your, the Ingo and the Inga's view of the Japanese startup ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for handing over. And so I rounded up with a short presentation of BMW I Ventures. We are the corporate venture firm from BMW, and we are a 100% independent arm of the BMW group. So we are more or less financial driven. So this makes it something special between two others, corporate venture capitalists, and looking beside the financial attractive also for strategic relevance for the BMW group as well. So we were founded 2011 and New York based, and moved 2016 to Silicon Valley with the first fund we placed in 2016 with $500 million in place, and we launched the second fund 2021 with $300 million. So with that we are currently investing. And to give you a sense in what kind of portfolio companies we are investing, we have a short film we just shared. So you have seen just a couple of, some of more than 75 portfolio companies which we already have, and more than 8 companies are already public. And we have asset under management $800 million at the moment, and still seeking for the next fund, which will open next year. And BMW is our single LP on this end. So what I also recently mentioned, that we are investing since 2011, and we are still like a venture VC vehicle and in place like Happiness. And we are looking in the direction along the mobility industry, you can say. So we are looking for new investments in parts of companies which can maybe comes products into the car development, so what can maybe happen into a car one day. Also for new technologies for smart production, and as well as smart supply chain. So we see there is a lot of traffic around as well. Digital sales and services can be SaaS or platforms and after sales representatives. And you see the 2 bottom lines. One is information technology, so it's all linking to the other fields as well, and sustainability, of course. So we try to support the CO2 strategy and the ESG goals in this end with our second fund, which is in place. And I just picked some of the portfolio companies, but you can find all of our portfolio companies on our homepage, and we are really happy to share some more information around this. But I think the time for today is just shortened up. We can touch just a little portfolio companies on this, but we are really happy to welcome you on our homepage, bmwiventures.com, or reach out to me personally to get connections to them. So with that, thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your introductions. I would like to move to the panel discussion. I would like to start with the question of course, you mentioned in the company introduction the area of focus for technology. I would like to deep dive more on what kind of trends do you see and what kind of technologies your fund is now currently focusing on investing, and also if you can share your insights why this area of focus is important for your company. Ingo, can you start, please?
Yeah, thank you very much. So, since we as a corporate fund, we are also very much financial driven. So we are also participating by ourselves in the funds. But all of our investments have a relevance to Bosch.
Right.
Yeah? So that's a baseline. There should be a strategic fit. Bosch is a relatively broad, active company, has a large mobility space, an industrial space, building, consumer goods like white goods and power tools, and also a small healthcare activity.
Right.
So we are looking in all of these fields, and all fields should be relevant for Bosch. It shouldn't be in competition. Yeah?
Right.
We avoid investing into competitors. So that's the baseline. The focus areas, they are very much changing over time. So currently, and as in the last years, AI is certainly one of the key topics. Since 2 or 3 years, we also look more into Gen AI activities. Industrial automatization, process automatization is an interesting field. Energy, CO2, and everything what saves energy is certainly very important for Bosch. But we are also looking into semiconductors a lot. So we belong to the few investors who really do deep tech semi investments around the world in all kind of applications, power semiconductors, semi accelerators, sometimes semiconductor processes. That's quite important for us. And as all venture companies, we are looking for the next wave. We are preparing the next wave, and we are investing before it's obvious.
Right.
That's our way to make money. Otherwise, the valuations are too high. But beside of that, and I will come later to that, we are very much also focusing on the collaboration, and this is a little bit separate to our investment thesis. Yeah, but I will explain this maybe later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tazuke-san, what kind of trends do you see and where your fund is investing?
Okay, thank you very much. We have started the SONY Innovation Fund in 2016, and we have been always looking at the deep tech startups around the world. Maybe I can explain one of the recent investments in the deep tech and hardware startups. The company is named Cambridge Mechatronics, a UK-based company, and they developed the smartphone camera imaging technology. So the camera, in the smartphone innovation, camera is the key, and the camera drives the smartphone technology because of the social media and the video sharing platform. Everyone is using that, so that's the key part. And the Cambridge Mechatronics develops the camera imaging, how to improve the camera imaging on the smartphone, and they developed it's a very technical word, so I need to be careful, but it's the shape material alloy. It's an SMA actuator, and by using that, they can improve the camera imaging and, for example, the stability of the imaging. That's they developed, and they have shipped over 60 million units so far to the smartphone manufacturers, and we highly expect that you will be having the Cambridge Mechatronics technology in your hand. That's the recent investment we did.
Thank you. Inga, what about you? BMW, I know, invests and collaborates in so many different regions. Is there a different focus compared to the German headquarters, like in the US or Asia? tell us about the focus area for BMW Ventures?
Happy to, yeah, and this is, I would say, this is what, from the one hand side, very inspiring because we can learn from each of the continents. This is also why BMW Ventures moved to the Silicon Valley where the venture capital already starts, and we learn, we would say, where the music plays and try to bring this more to the Europe ecosystems right now. So it's not only about to learn from the markets, and we know they are really different from how the deals are made, how it is for our portfolio companies to grow and to collaborate. So this is where we support them at its best across the continents. And so we are investing North America, Europe, up to Israel at the moment, and looking very, very in detail to Asia because there's happening a lot as well. And the mobility industry, we can see how this transforms from different continents, and the influence comes very from different areas at the moment. But at the moment we support our portfolio companies not only to the BMW Group and see how we can collaborate as well. And thanks, Ingo, that you already touched on this end about the open innovation, and the BMW Startup Garage, our venture clienting model, also helps us a lot on finding some kind of the new ways into the corporate as well. But we are helping also our portfolio companies to collaborate beside this one. But maybe just short addition at this, so we are focusing on Series A and B in the main, yeah. So.
Thank you. While we are at it, can you please share about the evaluation criteria and processes when you're making decisions, like investment decisions?
You mean, yeah, totally for the investment decision. So, yeah, this is, I would say, always good to have a good due diligence to really understand about the technologies in the upcoming market, and what you all both already mentioned about to find the next big thing is the crucial thing. So the first thing is to get in touch with the company, to get the really good sourcing, funneling, and this across the continents is, I would say, really different. And at the end of the day, a network is very crucial on this part. So we already, Bosch Ventures, we did some co-investments together. So it's very good to have a syndicate on the hand and know your co-investors as well. This is also some of the evaluation in these places. And at the end of the day, the due diligence is for us very, very crucial to have a short way to the companies to see how they collaborate and how they have a growth potential. And beside this, of course, is the market ready for this new technologies? Because we usually try to see where the new companies can grow and how the markets will grow, where they dig into it. So this is, I think we all want to have the glass bowl where we can see how this can happen for the next days.
Ingo, can you share about your funds? Is it similar as you jointly invest also in the same startups?
Yeah, the due diligence process, it's really no big secret. It's like every institutional fund is looking to the team first, history of the team, market, technology, business plan, but also to the investors.
Right.
Yeah. So who has invested in? How much money is in? Do I like this investor? And I like all of them because we are co-investing a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's important in the interest of the company. But at the end, it's always the team, which is so important. Even a lousy product or a lousy go-to-market strategy could be compensated by a fantastic team. Therefore, I cannot emphasize this enough. And therefore, you need to know the team. You have to have contact, as Inga said, and we need personal contacts. Yeah. And one special thing maybe for our investments we have in common is that we are all doing deep tech investments, and it's quite a good signal if you have a serial entrepreneur, if you have a CEO with a longer history, then the likelihood of success is increasing a lot. First-time CEOs is also possible, but especially for tech startups, this is more challenging. Therefore, it's
Also, Tazuke-san, I heard that your fund also jointly invested with Bosch and also BMW. Can you share about your fund's due diligence processes and evaluation criteria, please?
Okay. Generally, I think we are all the deep tech CVCs, and we are looking at the similar kind of evaluation criteria. But maybe I can explain what we look at in our fund. And our fund carefully considers both the strategic and the financial returns. So because we launched this fund to support the Sony's growth for the Sony's future business, which means that our portfolio companies may not be directly connected to our Sony's current businesses, but we always looking for the future collaboration opportunities even before the investment, of course, and after the investment as well. And also, we cannot ignore the financial returns as well, because we have the GPLP structured fund, and we have the external limited partners, and we have responsible for them. So we try to find the status that we can anticipate the financial returns and the strategic returns as well.
Thank you so much. And also recently, of course, in Europe and also Japan, sustainability and ESG is really a big topic. I would like to touch upon that, like when you're making investment decision, how you incorporate ESGs and sustainability goals into your decisions. Ingo, can you please share about yours?
So, I mean, first of all, ESG goals are some kinds of, or criteria, some kinds of hygiene factors. They have to be fulfilled.
Right.
Companies have to be green, and they have to be compliant.
Right.
According to the regulation and rules. That's a base factor. Other than that, Bosch is very interested in green technology in all of their business units and divisions. So we are also looking a lot into this sector. And maybe you will find today in the news, we just invested in 2 battery recycling companies last week.
Oh, wow.
We are announcing this today.
Wow.
Maybe you can see that in the news. So it's one lithium-ion battery recycling company in Germany and another one in the US at the same time, with a little bit complementary technology. So therefore, energy saving, CO2 is relevant and important in nearly all of our investments. It's not 100% the criteria in each investment, but it's guiding us a lot in this direction. Absolutely.
Tazuke-san, how about your company?
Yes, we believe that tackling the ESG issue from the early stage is very critical to grow as a company in the end. And they can long term, and this is the sustainable growth. This is a very important thing. So we established the ESG scoring methodology for startups, and we use this process for the DD process, and also the after investment monitoring. And we use the SONY. It's a Japanese ESG company, and SONY is also the portfolio company, and they developed the ESG monitoring platform. And by using that system, we can easily track our portfolio company's ESG scoring. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a very good company. I visited them
Oh,
yesterday.
you visited?
Yes.
Please invest in.
Investment decisions happening here right now.
Yeah.
Inga, can you please share about yours?
This is what I already mentioned about our investments field. So sustainability or the ESG goals, they are crucial. I mean, this is where everyone looks in, and of course we are also reporting to the BMW Group sustainability report, which is included in the annual report. So we need to know what's happened around there of our portfolio companies. And so this is one of our parts, and I want to share one of our portfolio companies, Become. It's a Swiss-based portfolio company. What they are doing is they are doing out of flux performance parts. So what you already know from carbon fiber, they do it 100% natural, and now you can see what can happen also on on a material-wise base, and the performance of the parts are even better, and the lightweight are better than from carbon fiber. So in case of a crash or something, it's not a carbon fiber which spread away, so it's more like bouncing, and it's safer for the drivers as well. So BMW used these materials in the BMW Motorsport already, and now it comes more and more hopefully in place to the next projects and more in the BMW group all around. So just to show one example what can happen and we are really proud to support companies like these companies to help them grow. They are also expanding to Asia in the moment, and I mean, it's easy to think about the flux which is everywhere around and use a material what you never thought about, that this can become such a performance material.
Thank you so much. And lastly, I would like to ask your advice or direction if in the audience we have startups that are interested in investment opportunities or collaboration opportunities, how they can reach out to and where they should reach out to for investment and collaboration. If you can explain briefly about how it's structured and any advice you can give to the audience. Ingo, can you please share?
For us, it's very easy. You just open our homepage, rbvc.com, Robert Bosch Venture Capital.com. You immediately find this Open Bosch logo, what I showed before. Click and then contact. Finish.
So what about for collaboration opportunities? Is it the same?
Yeah, that's basically for collaboration, especially I would like to have more collaboration with Japanese startups. And I would also like to have more cooperation with international startups with Japanese companies.
Right.
And this is what Bosch activity in Japan can also support. Bosch has a lot of plants here. We have a lot of operational topics, but we have also engineering development. There are a lot of things which could be supported by startups. These startups could be in Japan, they could be everywhere in the world. And please use this opportunity to come very fast into cooperation. Yeah, I know that's difficult to get in touch with the right persons, but this platform called Open Bosch is a simple way to do that. Yeah, so currently we are not yet invested in Japan, but this might change over time.
Hopefully.
We would like to test technologies, we would like to test the market, the ecosystem, and maybe grow into the market further.
Definitely. And Inga, I know you guys have similar structure as Bosch. Can you share how they can reach out to it for collaboration and investment?
For sure. Already mentioned our homepage, bmwiventures.com. You can find the whole team or reach out to me personally, and we are really happy to collaborate on this end, not only for income for new companies, also to maybe reach out to the BMW Startup Garage for the venture clienting model as well. And also we have other innovation programs in place at the BMW Group, and we are very close in collaboration with them as well. And currently at the moment we are also not investing actively in Japan, but we are really looking into Asian markets, and also we are very happy to help our portfolio companies in this end. So 2 portfolio companies are just settled in Japan with a new office. It's Agnano and Deep Drive. So Agnano is a gel-based for semiconductors. I think a very interesting application, easy to use. And Deep Drive, and you have seen both companies in the film already. So we see the Japanese market is entered from our portfolio companies, and we're happy to help them on this side.
Thank you. Tazuke-san, any advice and how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, thank you. So the SONY Innovation Hub, of course, we have the website and our members using the social media, and there are many people from SONY Innovation Fund in this event, so please reach out to me and our team, and we are always welcome to any stages of startups, and even before the foundation, then the individual that you are looking for, the new startups, we are always open to them, and we like to have the open discussion with you. Yes.
And maybe to add one point, we will also find you. So it's not just that we are waiting until a startup is pitching to us. In this Open Bosch program, we start with the problem a specific unit has, and then we are scouting startups around the world, including Japan. And even if you had no contact before, we will use Crunchbase, PitchBook and other databases, and also our own database where we have tens of thousands of companies in. And then we will approach you if you are selected to be one promising startup.
That's great. Thanks so much. We have a few minutes for question and answer from the audience. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you ask in Japanese, I can translate into English. Any questions? Yes, please.
I'm Russell, founder and the CEO of Finance. Thank you for your input. Okay, my question is I would like to know your opinion about generative AI, especially design and manufacturing. That's my question.
Opinion.
I don't know how we apply Gen AI, or
Okay, let me share more details of the impact of the generative AI for the manufacturing and industries and the supply chain and the industrial design, those type of the scope.
yeah.
How it's impacting your industry?
Yeah. Okay, so Gen AI is probably the biggest revolution we see in the industries. The expectations are very high. You see the expectations in form of valuations of the US companies. They're very, very high and have a lot of financing. But indeed, Gen AI will hit basically every vertical, every function in every region of the world. Beside of the prompt access, like with Microsoft or OpenAI, for B2B business it will take a little bit more time. We are currently running a Gen AI initiative in Bosch. We have 125 projects around the world running with new Gen AI applications, and this is going very, very fast. This is the fastest adaptation and change I have seen in the history of Bosch Ventures. So people are very motivated in our company to use Gen AI. And we have already applications in various fields, and really in every field. Certainly it starts with big data, ask your data, ask unstructured data, giving sales support, giving logistics support, and HR. So everybody is currently trying to use Gen AI, including our company, by the way. We have also applications of Gen AI in our own due diligence process. We are trying different use cases out. We have implementations already. So it's so massive, it's unprecedented. I've never seen that before, so it's very impressive.
Anything you would like to add?
I think Ingo just summarized perfectly in this, and we know that AI will keep us busy in the next couple of years because there are so many upcoming challenges, and we already are invested in a seed company, Athenic AI, with the language modeling and showcasing this part. So yeah, it's a really quite interesting field, and I think we see a lot of evolutionary steps in the next years or months, days.
Thank you. Tazuke-san, anything to add?
No, that's okay. But I think the Gen AI is you can look at you need to look at the different layers. You may look at the large language model or multimodality of the model, or you can look at the application layer. If you look at the application layer, you need to gather the rich and detailed information, and you need to tune the model. That's the very key part, and I think that data, the real data, is the quality to define and the product will be much better based on the quality data. That's my view.
Exactly, and this is also a big advantage of large corporates
Yes.
like BMW, Sony or Bosch. We have the data. We own a lot of data in all segments, yeah, in automotive, in industry, but also in consumer, and we can make use of the data. But think about very daily tasks, yeah? So if I do new concepts or presentation, I ask ChatGPT first to give me an idea. So it saves a lot of daily working time. So everybody is using it already, and we don't need big rollouts in the company because it automatically comes. People want to do that, yeah? And this is very inspiring for us. Yeah, and certainly we also invested in companies. Maybe you heard Aleph Alpha in Germany. We were a lead investor. But this is a long journey for B2B business. It will not happen from one day to another. Yeah, B2B always takes a bit more time. Maybe 1-2 more years, I can tell you a much better status.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
for the
everyone.
question.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. If you have any questions and you would like to network with the speakers, we will be here. Thank you so much, and you can also reach out to us through LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with us, and if you have any other questions, you can ask directly through the message. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. Thank you.